Hi everyone, Lady Amalthea here with day 13, just double checking, of 31 Days of Tarot 2019. Today's prompt is from the Major Arcana. What card correlates to your sun, moon, and rising sign? How has this resonated or played out in your life? And this prompt was written by Nia Thrice. Sorry if I've gotten your name wrong. So I had to look this up because I don't know a whole lot about astrology. That's something I'd like to learn about this year. Just get a better understanding of what the planets all mean and what it's really all about. So I had to look this up, and my ones were, so my sun sign is Scorpio, which I did know. My moon sign is Virgo, and my rising, but I had it written down as ascendant, and then I figured out they're actually the same thing, is Pisces. So the cards that correspond for those three are Death for Scorpio, and I have pulled out cards from the Lumina Tarot to show Death, and it's actually got the Scorpio symbol there. So cool. I love this image. Death for Scorpio. For Virgo, it's the Hermit. I'm guessing that's the corresponding sign here. And then for the rising, the Pisces is the moon. And I think that's the symbol up there in amongst the moon. And interestingly enough, the moon was actually my daily draw for today. So the moon knew what was up. So I haven't worked a lot with these cards except for the moon, which comes up a bit for me. I'm a big moon worshipper. I just love the moon. I do go to a monthly full moon circle in a nearby area run by a pagan group here, and I absolutely love it. It starts at about 8:30 at night and you finish at about 10 o'clock, and I never feel so alive as I do after these full moon circles. They are just a great experience. I rocked up to the last one in a wheelchair, so that was an interesting time. My legs weren't quite ready to walk up the hill at that point, but I'm hoping for this month's full moon, which is coming up soon. It's got to be a few days away from now, I believe. I'm hopefully I'll be able to walk up that hill, so I'm quite excited about that. Hopefully I will be able to make it. Just going to need a lift. We'll see how we go. So I just thought I'd give you a bit of information about the cards. I wrote down some notes, so sorry for looking off screen. So Death, the Death card, a lot of people see this card quite negatively, but I really don't. One of the keywords I have in my notes for the Death card is that it's the great transformer, and I really see it as a cyclical kind of card, that death means something is ending, but it also means something else is beginning. So death is a natural part of life, as hard as it may be sometimes. Like, I lost my father 3 years ago, and that sucks, and I still haven't healed from that. But unfortunately, it was his time. His body wasn't able to support him being here anymore, so he had to go. And yeah, that was his cycle, and that breaks my heart when I think about it, and I miss him every day, and I just wish he was here so much. So death isn't always easy, but it's necessary. And I think a lot of people are quite scared of death. I know I've had discussions with friends who do really fear death, and I've never feared death. I don't want to die, certainly. I want to live a good life, but I don't fear death in the way a lot of people do, because I've always believed it's just part of life, and it's just something you have to accept. And as unpleasant as it is to face the reality of it, it's part of life. So I've never worried about the whole concept of if I go to heaven when I was a Christian, or if there's an afterlife, or if there's a reincarnation, because I believe that all matter is just redistributed throughout the universe. So even though my dad's not with me in the way he used to be, he's still with me in spirit. I truly believe that. His essence stays with me, and I do talk to him quite a lot. Not as much as I used to, obviously, because he can't talk back. But yeah, death doesn't scare me. It it never has really. So I I wasn't bothered when I found that this was my corresponding card for my sun sign. It's just okay, sure, it's just a card. It's not evil, it's not bad. I know in some decks some people like to replace death with other kind of things because death is too scary, but yeah, it's never bothered me. So yeah, that's just my feelings around the death card. And then we've got the Hermit, and some of the keywords I had written down for the Hermit were working through things on your own and illuminate the heart and mind. And I just thought that was such a beautiful message, that there are so many things in this life we have to do on our own. And it's so important to be able to do these things by ourselves. We have to reach within and find that strength. And sometimes that's oh so difficult, but it's definitely very necessary. And it's just, yeah, I just think this card's a good reminder to focus on what you can do yourself and what you need to do yourself, rather than relying on others at times, because at times you really just need to dig deep and focus on what you can do. And I guess I'm going through that a bit at the moment, so it brings me comfort to know that that card is part of my astrological chart. And then finally we have the moon. And the moon, oh, as I said, I love the moon. I'm a big moon lover. And the keywords the phrase I had written down were all things shadowy and hard to see. And the moon is quite often related to the esoteric side, the symbology and the shadow side of life. And that's a side I'm getting more and more involved in as I start to work my magic, as I start to get more involved. And I just love this image of this beautiful figure with the purple moon behind them, with the long hair and I guess that's possibly either a sleeve of tattoos or a lacy dress, and they have moon symbols in their hair, and it's just such a beautiful and powerful image that I really quite like it. So I'm not sure that I've really incorporated these a lot in the past, but I think I want to think about them going forward and just kind of see where I end up and see what lessons they have to teach me. And as I go through my astrological journey, I will keep these cards close to heart. Thank you all for watching. Blessed be. Until next time.